Hey, Hillside Gardener back with a quick little show and tell for you, I guess. This is a cabbage worm. And if you've never grown a brassica or collard greens, cabbage, broccoli, kale, cauliflower, whatever, you'll know what these little guys are. So this is a little one, and I caught this little guy just now munching on one of my plants. And he's still alive, you know. I ain't going to kill it or anything right now. But this is what they can do in one day. Just this little guy. My little collard green plant here. This morning I checked before I went to work. All these plants are healthy. All the leaves are great. So in one day, that little guy right there did that. So yeah, not happy. What can you do? There are chemical controls you can spray on it, but if you want to go completely organic, you're gonna have to take some loss, I guess. Be prepared for that. There are some organic stuff you can put on it, which I will be doing. But yeah, just a little quick update there on what to expect if you do not spray things on your brassica plants. They can be devastating. I grew some cabbages this spring, holes all through the leaves. It got down to the heart of the plant and just destroyed it. It was almost like Swiss cheese. So yeah, this was a bad year, and I don't know why. This year was particularly worse than others, but maybe this is how they go in cycles. I don't know. But there you go, guys. Just a quick thing to check out for on your brassicas. Check out these little worms. They do blend in. It's kind of hard to see. But if you do, you want to check like down in this area right there. It's where they're going to be hiding at, where you're not going to see them. They look like they're a part of the stem. And I think just that one, thankfully, is the only one that was on these plants. So thankfully, I don't have more to show you. I just pulled that one guy off and thought I'd give you a quick little snapshot of that. But while I got you here, let me show you real quick just some other things I planted in my fall green crops, greens bed. So let me reposition the camera and show you what else I have going on in these beds. All right, guys, so here's some of my wild arugula. I guess it's different, more rustic than the cultivated or hybridized or developed arugula. Yeah, I actually think it has a better taste. It still has the pungent little spiciness going on to it, but it's not quite. There's a subtle mildness to it that's not quite as sharp, I guess I'm trying to say, but everyone has different tastes. So I did prefer this. This, like the collard greens, will have its own pest. However, these are flea beetles. Flea beetles will mess up these arugula plants, but you really can't tell. That plant there, couple little holes in the leaves, focus right there. That's what you're more going to get with these arugula as opposed to the cabbage loopers. So cabbage loopers, cabbage worms, kind of interchangeable. Just to kind of show you, here's some fall carrots. These are the purple carrots that have been kind of growing late season, as you tell with the purple stem. I pull some of those up as needed to use through cooking or whatever. You don't need to pull all your carrots and harvest them all at once. You can pull them as you go. If you want a couple small ones, or wait till they get bigger, take some bigger ones, or even leave them in the ground until they get a couple little frost on them. It'll actually make them sweeter. This I'll show you as a success story for me. This right here is one of my pepper plants. This just happens to be a ghost pepper. And I planted it too close to my fence line. And I think it was growing through the fence. And obviously it's way too late to tell. And I didn't show you the guys this in the springtime. But my neighbor, I guess, got mad and just cut it off at the base. It was probably a 1-inch stump. Because it was growing through the fence line on his side. And I guess he didn't like it, or he's trying to mow around it. He just got mad and chopped it off. Didn't even ask me. I could have tried to push it through the fence or something, but so I zoom back out. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I dug the whole thing up and it had a little space in this bed. Took pity on it, threw it in, and you know what? Lo and behold, this thing is just loaded with pods. Of course, they're all green. They're well behind my other plants that have already been producing several harvests, have tons of ripe red pods on them. That just goes to show you guys that if you have any kind of tragedy, you have a deer or a human, for that matter, who destroys one of your plants, dig it up, transplant it, put it behind some of this. You can see my deer netting, hoop house kind of design, you know, over my beds. I've probably shown you a couple dozen times by now, but it does work. It keeps the deer out. Only problem is this is kind of pushing up against it, so it's not on super tight. There is some slack to it, so it is able to kind of grow, which you want to make sure there's enough on there that's not really pressing it down, but it is laying snug. You can always give it more slack as you need be as it grows. So there's a little tip right there. Hopefully that helps. I'm going to go to the next bed right here to show you what's happening. You guys saw my potato harvest video. I then showed you a potato planting video. But check this out. No, this guy was not planted in my potato planting video. This one here, that one right there, I guess were two little guys I missed when I initially harvested, because they are way far ahead that I could not have planted these and expected that type of growth. Because as you see right there, that little guy right there, if you can just see right there, nope, let me head and try to get under the netting right here, show you a little better, clear it off, there you go, that guy right there. Those are the only three potatoes that have really popped up so far from the summer planted for the fall harvest potatoes. So yeah, don't worry, when you plant your potatoes, it's going to happen. You're going to miss some, and you're going to get some volunteer plants like this, which these plants are super healthy. They are doing great. As the fall weather's kind of starting to kick in, it's still summer technically, but you know, as the days get cooler and the nights get longer, etc., these guys are going to do better and better and better. So I'm already pretty ecstatic. There are no diseases, no kind of bug damage, whatnot. So this might be a little more advantageous for potato growth, at least in my area. Springs tend to be a little very wet, maybe too wet for potatoes. I don't know, but yeah. Anyways, let me show you one more thing I have going on over here inside the bed, and hold that thought. Be right back. All right, guys, I know this video is kind of getting long, but I like showing off what I'm growing here. These are kale plants right there. Okay. Another kale plant. I started these in little 6-pack flats. Of course, I didn't thin them out, and they look a little bit sad because they did kind of get burned up by the sun and a little bit neglected. Excuse me, sorry about that. It snuck up on me. So yeah, I'm planting these in this corner here, multi-sowing them, you know, whatever you want to call it. You could either thin these out, eat some of the smaller ones as baby greens, or let the big ones grow up, or just let them all grow together and harvest the leaves kind of a little bit at a time. And yeah, but also like the collards I showed you before, watch out for the cabbage loopers, because they will do a number on the kale, the same as they will the collards. Kale, in my opinion, does better in the cold weather. It can freeze right up, and then you get one day of 39 degrees in the wintertime, it'll thaw and perk back up, and you can still eat them. So yeah, if you want to plant something that you can eat through the wintertime, at least for a couple fresh leaves, which is always a treat whenever you're snowed in or just cold and dreary and you just want something green from the garden, your kale and your collard greens are going to give you the best bet for just getting a little bit of something. All right, and last but not least, for my quick little update here, as you see right there, my asparagus, this spear right there, and this one right here, recently, in probably the last week, decided they'd pop up. So this is my first year growing asparagus. I grew this from seed last year, and of course you don't harvest it for the first couple years, and I did it just kind of as something that was fun, just an experiment. I do plan on making an entire bed of just asparagus. I do love the stuff, so, and it's also expensive in the stores, and you can make your own, you know, grow your own and have it harvested fresh daily. Much better quality anyhow. But I don't know if anyone else has grown asparagus. If this has happened to you towards the fall, you actually get new growth. So all these guys right here, this little bunch of things, excuse me, allergies are killing me right now. You know, the fronds come up, the asparagus fern, or whatever you want to call them. They've been here all summer long, no new growth. And all of a sudden, the last couple of weeks, like I showed you before, these little guys are popping up. So I didn't know that was going to happen. I thought you kind of put all this growth on in the spring, and then you just kind of dealt with it. What you got is what you got. But these are some late season spears coming up for this asparagus. So let me know in the comments below. Is this something that's normal? Do you always get fall shoots coming up? Or is this just because we've had a lot of rain lately? Maybe it's kind of waking the plant up and it's actually coming back to life, or what's going on? But hey, I just noticed something right here on my asparagus. Let me get a better position. Oh, it just fell off. These little caterpillars. There you go. I'm not sure how much damage they're going to do and if I should pick them off or not, but I guess that's another question for you guys. Have you had experience with caterpillars damaging your asparagus? Is it a big deal? Should I spray this? Should I pick them off? I don't know. It's all part of the learning experiment, having fun in your garden. So this is Dave checking out just a little bit of quick tour of the garden going on. Hope you guys liked it. Please subscribe, leave me a comment. If you like something, we'll talk about it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching here on the hillside.